EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visiting sideline, there you see Packer head coach Matt LaFleur. His guys responded well to their season-opening loss, winners a week ago. Across from him, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
Now in his 3rd season as the guy in Green Bay, and he's thrown for at least 25 touchdowns in each of the last 2 years.
Okay, ready?
He and his team believe they are due for a deep playoff run as long as he stays healthy and is piloting the offense.
Black, 95. Hey, 12 steal. Set.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary.
Steal, black.
Love, they go play action now. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The result, a first down, as the quick slant gets him 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Let's go. Yellow, 43. Set.
Play fake. Here's Love. A complete once again to Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. The Packers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Love looking to throw it. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
32. Steal. Check steal.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Touchdown, Packers! Matthew Golden with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Watson off play action. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Reload! Reload!
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Packers defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
1st down. 1st and 10.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Let's go now. Go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
3rd down and long.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Black, 95.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Down. 52 blue. Check.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the
as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 22. Ready.
Love now. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they will decline that penalty, and that's going to force a 4th and goal. 4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll look to get something on the ground. It's Jenkins to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 carries, 55 yards.
There were some signs of how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. A give. Here's Judkins. A determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play,
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Ready.
To throw is Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Check.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Well, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
Here we go. 32.
Off the play fake, Love. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Ready. 52 blue, cluster, 6. Ready.
Throwing. Love. Pass caught. That's Golden. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Check steal. Ready.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 10 black.
Play action this time with Love. That's taken in by Golden. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
First down.
Hey, Paul Fury. Hut.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3.
Set. 45. What? Ultra. Set.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Down. Yellow. 43. Ready.
Here's Jacobs. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch out their lead. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 4.
Ready.
Faking the give. Now Watson. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Ready.
A shotgun snap for Watson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Jerry Judy brings up 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Ooh, the juke. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd down and 6 now.
Let's go. Fight, 52 Bulls. Red, cycle. Hunt.
On play action. Love to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run, and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
Come on, set. What steal? Chest steal. Ready?
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And this will be a Packers 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
And the Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. A sad day for some, the official final day of summer. Fall begins in the USA tomorrow, so time for one more summer fling, if you will. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin in Western New York. The Bills at home for an AFC East battle with the Miami Dolphins. And it's last year's MVP, Josh Allen. 12 yards on the touchdown. The Bills move to 2-1. They get the victory here. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars as they host the Houston Texans. And it's the veteran, and he's still got it, Joe Mixon. He's going to scamper 31 yards to the house. Touchdown. Lastly, let's go to Nashville. It's the Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And it's Josh Downs. And this is a touchdown. The Colts with a big lead on the road at the half. And with that, a look at what else is going on around the NFL here in week number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This will be caught. Judy. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Here's Watson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Reload! Reload! No!
Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's 17-7. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And able to get this out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
A gain of 6. That's good for a Packers first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 53. Mega. Set, huh?
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12.
32. Ready.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, where the second half, that's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Ready.
Love. That is caught. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
First down. A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Packers.
They made that way too. He's supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the...
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Ball at the 33, second and 9.
At the Browns' 33-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Yellow. 22. Red. Yellow. Set. Go.
Love, they go play action now. Right side to Watson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's a gain
The
of
catch
18.
and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Packers first down.
Here we
First
go.
and 10 at the 16-yard
45.
line.
White. Set. Two. Set.
Counter play with Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Down. Black. 95. Set.
Play fake. Here's Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready. 52 blue. Cut.
Will Wilson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal.
Clock 40. Ready?
Love looking to throw it. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. An inside run with Jenkins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Come on, come on.
Watson. Open man, that's Tillman. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Watson off play action. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Here we go.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And Watson has enough for the 1st down yardage as he slides to the turf.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Browns first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Smash! Smash!
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth.
No! No!
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Micah Parsons getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Watson. Now he's going to step up and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Smash! Smash!
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
No!
From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
48-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Big impact play, a tackle for loss.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. Here's a ball deep from Musgrave. And got his man complete. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line. Off the play fake, Love. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the Browns'
Back ready.
31-yard line.
Yellow, 22, smash, smash. Ready, go. Set.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Love from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll start on the ground with Judkins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Ready.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that is caught. It's Davis. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 30 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Go!
Judkins is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block. But they're helping out, too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Pulled in at the 24. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Watson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Watson now to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Ready, go.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Yellow. Ready?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Set. Red, 38. Mega. Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Red, yellow, 45, white, set.
To throw now, here's Love. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Bronco switch.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
That's good.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Watson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Xavier McKinney. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now it's Watson and the Browns down by 13, 2:19 to play. The 2-minute warning, that's going to be their only chance to stop the clock, so they'll need to move quickly here on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. But look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, go steal. Set, go.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back.
Let's go.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
double. Come on, set. Blue, 32.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yellow, 22. Ready.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you watch that spot, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Green Bay, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for